Hi everyone, I'm Apollonia Ponti, your dating and relationship coach, founder of ApolloniaPonti.com, and I'm your relationship and dating coach for you men to attract the woman that you desire and build the confidence that you need in your love life. And in today's video is a video that I wanted to create for so many of you men that have book sessions with me. 7 steps to breaking free of codependency. You know, I want to be real honest with you here. I am so impacted and grateful for how many men book sessions with me and talk about how they had codependency issues in the past and have been trying their best to work through this and wanted to really book a session with me to break free of these and make sure that they stay on the right track when they have this new woman that they really like. I have so much respect for you men that have put in the self-work to do so, because at the end of the day, we're not all perfect, but we can learn so much from our imperfections. And in this video, I just want to thank you men, and I know those ones that are watching that have had book sessions with me that have gone through this and have even mentioned this in the coaching sessions with me. I dedicate this video to you, and you have empowered me to really make videos to help you move forward in your dating and love life, because at the end of the day, those that know me through YouTube or that have had coaching sessions with me know that I have one drive, and that is to be an impactful coach to you and to give you positive results, because ultimately love is something that we all desire, and I want you to have that healthy relationship. So let's get into it. I found this amazing article about codependency, and I got a lot of feedback from this article, and I really read a lot, as a lot of you know, and I study a lot of human behaviors and codependency and adult attachment and things like that, which I'm doing a series on adult attachment. But I wanted to share that article with you, so I'm going to put it in the description box below, and I'm going to kind of talk about what this article was saying because it was so impactful. So I'm going to give you tips on how to break free of codependencies, and there's going to be 7 of them. So tip number 1 is self-assess. Self-assess the ways that you become codependent. Where is it in your life that you are becoming codependent, and where has it happened to you in the past, or where has it happened to you now? So a lot of times coaches, mentors, psychologists will always think that this comes from the codependency comes from childhood. Even though it's true, it does happen a lot, it doesn't always just branch from childhood. You could have had a great mother and father that gave you all the attention that you needed, and then had a relationship where it triggered all your doubts, all your self-esteem, and this is where it arises. So self-assess where this came from, how this started, and how this continued to play in your life, and possibly take a journal and journal this out. So really, so you get clear on where this is coming from first. And then second, tip number 2 is take a break. When you have codependency issues, a lot of times we latch on to somebody else in order to feel fulfilled. And one thing we don't do is take a break from the relationship or this outside world to spend time with ourselves. And it's so important that you take a break from any relationship right now that is either failing or that has failed you in the past, so you can discover the new you. Because the time that you spend alone is the time that you really discover what it is that makes you powerful. Because when you have this time alone, you have nothing else to focus on but you. Tip number 3 is find support. It could be anybody. It could be a coach, it could be books, it could be podcasts, it could be the internet, it could be YouTube videos, anything that will help you make more sense of why this codependency has happened in your life and how to deal with it are great resources and tools that you can use to make sense of it, but also to have a support system when you're going through this. So meaning someone that you can talk to, someone that can hear you, someone that probably doesn't even have a relationship with you, so they can have an open dynamic about what it is that codependencies are, but also guide you toward the right direction and motivate you to move forward. Motivation is a really powerful tool. Tip number 4 is find yourself again. After all of the relationships and codependencies that you might have experienced in your relationship, sometimes you lose yourself 100%, right? And I think it's really important that during this process, you take the time to really, one, date yourself and spend time with yourself, just like I was talking about in tip number 2, is taking a break from those relationships. But not only that, spending time with yourself is important. So date yourself, challenge yourself to go out alone, to the movies, to go to a restaurant, and really spend that time with you, because your me time and your self-care is when you really start to appreciate who you are and value who you are. And tip number 5 is establish boundaries. There's this practice that I have done with a lot of my clients on how to establish boundaries. And I believe that self-dignity stems from a lot of things. And in order to be that man of self-dignity, there comes a lot of things that are incorporated in that. And one of them is having boundaries. So the one thing that I always ask my clients is, what are you willing and not willing to tolerate? Figure those things out, write that question down, and figure that out when it comes to what you're willing and willing to not tolerate. And those will be impactful boundaries for you to set in your mind. So when you date again, you know when those boundaries get crossed and when you need to speak up or you need to walk away. Tip number 6 is communicate. A lot of times we don't communicate if we are codependent because we're scared of losing that person, or you might say yes to everything. But at the end of the day, holding yourself of value, just like I talked about it, from a place of self-dignity, will show that person that you're involved with that you will not settle for less, because you put your self-worth in front of everything else and you set the tone for what you want out of life, and you will get that. So communication is so important and vital to your relationships. And last tip number 7, is love yourself. Love yourself where you can't love yourself anymore. I am so big on that. And all these tools will get you to there, will get you to love yourself. And knowing that it's okay to be by yourself, to have fun with yourself, and really find joy in being with you will really present itself differently in a new relationship. And you'll notice that you have this time to be by yourself, like I said in tip number 2, that next time when you get into a relationship, you know how much of a wonderful, amazing time that you had being by yourself. So the only type of relationship that you want is an impactful relationship that's going to bring you up in life and not bring you down. So the minute that you see relationships bringing you down, you're going to set your boundaries and you're going to speak your opinion, communicate with them. And if they don't show up to their best ability to make it work and to fix the issues, then you don't have a problem turning around and walking away, because you truly love who you are. If you liked today's video, give a thumbs up, and I love hearing from you. I love seeing your comments and questions, and any video requests that you want in regards to this, please feel free to comment below, and I'll try my best to answer them. And as always, give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and I'll see you again in the next one. And remember, you are always loved. Bye for now.